Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. Hello. Today was actually a really fun day. Tuesdays around TRI, we have our professional futures traders crash the Daily Brief, Kiran and Daniele. Interestingly enough, we're in this funny summer type environment. The sort of fluidity, I think that's actually a good word, fluidity of the market is just shit. So Kieran's like, what, it's nice weather out in Ireland. That's a rarity into itself. I'm out of here. I'm going to the beach. And frankly speaking, I didn't blame him. What I am seeing a lot of now that I participate with the day traders on a regular basis is we've clearly transitioned into the summer market state. So summer market state setups are prevail. So that's things like, buying stop runs, which is a pain in the butt because it's high anxiety trading. And, fading rallies, stuff like that. So great conversation, great content as always, but we're not really that active today, given it's the summer. From a day trader's perspective, I will say, we had Stuart on the call on Monday. We've got the engine back up and running, and it's humming along really nicely. And actually it was interesting. I went and I go through this basically every day on the Daily Brief, and that's the whole point of this, is that I want to pitch this. We've been developing this product now for like 3.5 years, and it's producing some fascinating, very powerful data. And so I was just showing people, would you like to get this kind of signaling system in your email? And, we all know about W's and what we should sort of be thinking about when we're down sort of at the bottom end of our oscillation ranges. And does this correspond with what we're seeing in the market and sort of our tone that, hey, maybe we actually have the makings of some sort of rally for crypto? And it's fascinating, too, in the face of how much overt bearishness was injected into the market there over the past week or two. I actually think somebody took a serious sort of FUD run at Binance. Whoever it is, and my hunch is it's probably the people that run a you can use your imagination, but you probably know exactly who it is, right? 2 letters of the alphabet. First letter rhymes with he. Second letter rhymes with I don't know. I can't find a word that rhymes with S without saying S. Anyway, point of the matter is that I wouldn't be surprised if the guys who sort of run all the exchanges and stuff, and that own controlling interest in all the Western exchanges and stuff, they are going to make people like Binance's life hell here. That wouldn't surprise me at all. And to the extent where they may even make it illegal for you as a human being, given where you live and, what regulators are theoretically looking out for your best interests. They own those people, and they will actually point them to try and destroy their competition. That's the way oligopolies, monopolies work, and that's the kind of world that we live in, which is really sad. When is this pendulum going to start to shift back where people go, enough is enough? And why does it always have to be centered around MMT? Forget about the fucking money and let's concentrate on policy. Get rid of the conflict of interest. Get rid of the fact that we have like just a very few players controlling massive amounts of capital around the world. Right? So frustrating. Anyway, what can you do? They own the media, which means that guys like me trying to get the message out of the money masters and all that kind of shit, it's even harder. So I do find it interesting that of late, a lot of prices in like things like, Bitcoin didn't quite get down to Mountain Man, which is a little dangerous. Probably means that we're not done with this level just yet. But a lot of the sort of the peers are at or below reload zones. In fact, I was barking about Mountain Man levels on Ethereum being buying opportunities of a lifetime. So thank heavens, I eat my own cooking. I actually went in and bought this Mountain Man tag. Trying to sneak my way into some Litecoin here, kind of finesse my way in, then finesse my way out, and just waiting for trying to sneak my way back in on that position. But we'll see how that goes. I do have a core holding there, so if Charlie just takes off here, so be it. But I thought it's fascinating that our engine, which doesn't really have an opinion, it's just measuring purely the technical strength or weakness of the market, is saying, we should probably think about this thing, maybe turn it back up, and the intensive bearish sort of push from the 1% of late. I thought that was fascinating. So there you go. Also, too, what I'm absolutely loving, and I was showing the good people this, and I'm going to shill this because this is our product, and I want you people to make money from trading. But I thought it was absolutely fascinating when I was showing these kind of grids to our audience today. I mean, would you like to get this kind of list in your email first thing in the morning? Whereas everybody that's taken our course and has heard Brian squawking about inverted empires and W bottoms and buying the bottom ends of ranges and stuff. I mean, they're like, holy fuck, where do I sign up? Which is music to my ears because we've been developing this forever, right? So it's great that we're finally getting to the point to bring this to market. So, and then of course, I've got my, my gold-plated dream screeners, my key reversals. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun to play with them. As it's in fact, what will happen here is you can see I have like the signals. So I have a bunch of my preferred screeners that I have built, and you could simply subscribe to this page, and it will be sort of added to your watch list. And you're, in your email, you can check off the box, notify me in my email new signals that come in. And you can see key reversals. I mean, I absolutely love key reversals. Check this one out. I mean, this is insane. Would you like to get this kind of signal in your email? I mean, this is ridiculous. So, in comes big honking key reversals. I mean, right now it's interesting. This signal is not even fire. So this has told you, pay attention. If we trade back up through this high, that's actually when the signal fires itself. But you can see if that happens now, that's going to be a big honking W. And I don't know, is that kind of an end of a long consolidation range? And could we maybe bot out and woohoo up higher? What's a great example of that? Check this out, and we'll just go through and I'll show you one. That's one that just happened now. There was one that happened, I think it was about a couple of weeks ago. It was almost exactly the same. So these ones, they're firing now. So you kind of go, well, I don't know. What's the big deal about that? But, man, there was one of these that fired just a while ago. It's just beautiful. I can't remember where the hell it is. Maybe it was in the reload zone. I don't know. You know what? Why don't we just look at the grid and, they should speak for themselves. So there's signals that are coming in as we speak. There's that one I just told you. There's also another one that's setting up. And this one's huge because this range is just massive. Somebody was actually asking me recently about REITs. And I'm seeing, like, there's another one, Armor Residential REIT. We're seeing such accumulation in the REITs as well. But let's just go see, over time. Are we getting anything to work with here? Wow, look at that one. Holy. Oh, that's a US. Oh, yeah, that was our bloody key reversal in the UUP. That's a US dollar. And, this is the fascinating thing about currencies, right? Is that when you make one of these calls, right? Oh, Jesus, look at that. That's serious money. So that's cool. There you go. I mean, would you like to get that in your email? I don't know. Consider it. I don't know whether I really like the sort of key reversals in the middle ends of the ranges. It's like, nah, I mean, do I really want to come in and chase up top? But fascinating information. So this super pleased to see that these products are finally starting to come to market. Super excited. So, if anything, why don't we keep an eye? Let's see what happens to this wear here. This might be interesting. Number one, do we actually see the buy signal come in? And then number two, what happens following? Interesting looking internal OBV indicator too. I like the look. All right, so big shill today. Actually, this was one that we saw that it just fired up at the top end of the range. We're trying to figure out how do you see that on TradingView, because we don't have this chart on TradingView. It's a little bit confusing. Anyway, no biggie. That's what I was talking about with the good people today. So we had the futures report, and then I talked a little bit about the screeners and how that's coming along. Usually I like to sort of keep the conversation with you guys around sort of a 4 or 5 screen matrix. Where's that? Over here, I guess. Yeah. So, boom. US dollar index and our key reversal screener. Is it worth subscribing a couple bucks a month to get that? I think so. Nice little actually turn back up here. So it looks like there's definitely lots of buying interest here. And if we turn back up here at 2.618, then the next target has to be 4.669, which is up here around that 93 and change area, which I still like. Now, key reversal screener. Stocks still working their way higher, kind of a doji, a little dangerous. I don't like how oil just keeps working its way higher. At some point, market's going to be like, this is getting ridiculous. But nonetheless, still higher. Maybe a new range here. I was going to point out that if the market doesn't like what it's seeing out of that oil, then we should start seeing Dow theory sell signals. And transport's not very happy. So we could potentially be seeing that now. I know Kevin was sort of musing about this recently. I could very easily see now if the industrials now surges to new highs and we make new highs here, and you can see the transports are nowhere near highs, then we got ourselves that big fat Dow theory sell signal. So be wary. This looks, and considering summer silly season, get ready for a fall thumping, which usually happens September, October. I actually like the idea of Bitcoin actually getting thumped here in September, October. If we start getting things like this Dow theory signal actually coming in here, keep in mind it hasn't come in because this high was higher than this high. But if we start getting higher, and the yellow line is nowhere near, then there you go. There's the signal. Uh-oh. And it just means energy prices have just gone too far. All right, so moving right along on your sheet here. Bonds, of course, we have been talking lots recently about how I'm not really overly impressed with bond market. Looks like we got a bull ABCD that is working here. Having said that, we could easily bear EBCD now this direction. I don't really like either way, to be honest with you. One thing I did notice that caught my eye was that the short end of the curve is rallying. So maybe we're going to head right back down. This is the long end of the curve. What I noticed was the short end of the curve jumped up violently. So this is the 5-year bonds. 10 years, 30 years. So 5 years have actually tried to break out through these highs. 10 years, nope. 30 years, nope, not even close. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. This simply means that the yield curve itself is steepening, where the 5 years are not rallying as strongly as the 10 years. Steepening? Well, when in doubt, why don't we just go look at the damn curve? Probably keep this nice and simple. First, I probably shouldn't talk so much, so we'll just do a quick move, and then let's get back to finish this out. Where's the links? I guess this is it here, right? We'll go library. Then we will go trading utilities, and we will go yield curve. There it is. Yeah, so there's the yield curve. And if we just say go back a month or two ago, so what are we doing here? Are we steepening? A little bit, eh? Looks like we steepened a little bit there. So longer end of the curve, still pretty high. Shorter end of the curve, maybe come down here a little bit. So this steepens out, i.e. fatter profit margins. Don't really want this to start pointing down. Of course, short end, we're basically at zero. This will only sort of say we are officially going into recession when the short end is much, much higher. So there's like the dot-com boom peak, short end higher than long end. There is George Bush, Junior Bush, short end higher than long end. You can see what happened afterward. And it's interesting, we were threatening to invert up here, actually back here, somewhere in here. Yeah, so sort of like in this area, notice the shorter end of the curve started to get up close to that long end of the curve. And actually, at one point, we even got a little bit higher, and there were people barking a recession. But what's interesting about this is I don't think that the U.S. government and the U.S. Federal Reserve, the banking system, I don't think they can afford a recession. So as a result, as the market was breaking here, and everybody was calling for recession, as the market was breaking here, they were able to spin it that they could just go and fucking print all the fucking money in the world they needed to make damn sure this didn't happen. Because frankly speaking, the Western society itself and this whole US dollar hegemony and all that, they could not afford this actually happening. And sure enough, we now live in this phony baloney, what the hell is real world, where now we're constantly asking, what's the difference between the diluted currency and the non-diluted currency? And the differences are stunning. So is the stock market really this valuable? I don't think so. But this is being measured in a unit that's just being decimated. So it has no choice. It has to go up. And that's exactly what the 1% wants. Oh well. It is what it is. Get used to it. Is it easy to figure out value in this kind of environment? No, it isn't. Why are housing prices continually going up? Well, because nobody has to fucking pay rent. And it's pathetic. There's no such thing as evictions. What? Just doesn't make any sense. But it's exactly what the banking class wants. It's exactly what the banking class needs. They must inflate the economy out of the old debt situation, i.e., you have to add a zero onto the end of all your prices, whether it be stocks, whether it be Bitcoin, whether it be a loaf of bread. Get used to it, folks. That is our new reality. And let's hope, for God's sakes, that we stop at 1-0. No reason why it can't be 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 5 zeros, 6 zeros. Instantly, wealth is destroyed. Money is worthless. And then they can start the whole fucking fugazi all over again. Keep in mind, the market is designed to inflict the most pain on the most amount of people as possible. Right now, the most amount of people right now are on U.S. pensions. They're collecting Social Security. They bought the U.S. government bonds and expected those bond coupon payments to pay for their retirement. The market is designed to inflict as much pain on as many people as much of the time as possible. Those people are toast. Sucks. Welcome to our new reality. While they're doing this, for God's sakes, go and learn how to trade and, get your money working in the marketplace. So You can, like I tell our people on the site, our job is just simply we have to outpace the Fed. That's our job. there's no doubt about it. But they're inflating the economy. They are inflating the money supply, which means they are decreasing the value of shit right in front of your eyes. And of course, prices, of course, are going through the roof. So our job is to inflate our balance sheet at a faster rate than they inflate the currency. If that makes any sense at all. You got to learn how to trade. You got to come in there. You got to do good risk management. You got to force yourself to come in and buy at the bottom end's ranges. Then, of course, when the market affords you the opportunity to pay yourself, you got to pay yourself. You got to ring the register. You just got to do it. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, over and over and over and over. So here, it's fascinating how one stock can actually pay you multiple times in a very short period of time. TRIers, of course, we just got paid again. It's fascinating how we're just sitting right at a foggy, boggy level. So technically, we kind of knew that this was going to happen. That's kind of cheating. But nonetheless, here we are. And of course, I got awfully lucky this morning, and it was great. We did a battle stations, a day trading commentary. The S&P 500 gold futures traders, guys, they are not even around. But they're running these fun little stocks in this kind of summer silly market. This is how crypto can do so insanely well here. So here's an example of us having fun in the summer silly market and just getting paid, just having fun. And you can see most of the market's not really that happy today. So, we're just having fun doing our thing. The great part about it for you guys, of course, like I said just a moment ago, crypto loves the summer silly season, and look what's happening. So, we talked about, W's or W's or W's. If you like W's, man, I mean, I see a lot of W's. These are W's in stock market land. This is kind of a fun sort of pick the chart apart and dude up levels. And in the battle stations video this morning, we walked through, somebody asked me, Brian, what do you think of crypto? I don't know, what are levels and all that shit. And so we started to go through the whole sort of, I can see the summer silly market is setting itself up. And of course, this is exactly at the point where you hear all the dickheads come out on my channel and say Bitcoin's going to zero. And of course, the people are coming after Binance and they want to inject FUD. And Binance comes out and says, yes, there's an issue with the British regulation, but this has absolutely nothing to do with Binance.com. So you can see that the people that classically control our society, Money Masters videos, you know who I'm talking about. They're trying to do exactly the same thing in crypto that they always do. And the sad part about it is probably there's a bullet with my name written on it that's being loaded into a chamber as we speak. And it's just a question of, can I keep dodging and bobbing and weaving to try and keep sending the message to you people that the people that we have actually put in charge of our society are not working on our behalf. And so they've actually relinquished a lot of the power in our society to people who actually don't think that you and I should even live the same life that they live. We should be relegated to different parts of the socioeconomic class system. And of course, you know me, I think that's a load of horseshit. Anybody can do what I do. Anybody. Doesn't matter what sex, what age. In fact, I was kind of sad earlier today. I was suggesting that we probably should try and get kids to learn this. The problem is I swear too much. So the parents are like, I'd love to have the kids listen to you, Brian, but gee whiz, what the hell? But in fact, actually, my level 3 TA, we're going to, regardless of whether we can raise the money to buy a piece of property and develop the land, we're going to start a not-for-profit in Hawaii just to get the message out. And as soon as Zach is ready, I will just simply hop on an airplane and I will go and speak to every single school, every single community center, every single anything that he wants me to, just talking about the 2 rules of investing and how anybody can do this. And it's liberating. The only problem is you got to fucking don't got you got to deal with Brian swearing, but don't go in and buy IPOs. I mean, that's just dumb. I don't know why the public does this stuff. And then, of course, is there a letter of the alphabet? Hopefully, you can even see. Look at see. I'll just take away all the drawings. Is there a letter of the alphabet you can see starting to form here? I don't know whether this is the bottom, and you know me. I'm not going to tell you what to buy or sell. What I'm just going to simply do is try and help you sort of frame your behavior. And, buying W's might be sort of, hey, that's kind of behavior I see that a lot of pros do, so I'm going to emulate that behavior. Over in crypto itself, and as I said, this is where Sjord he's a god. Because now he's finally taken all of these tools that I've spent my whole career sort of building in my head, and now he's actually articulated a lot of this stuff. So, I think I started off the video showing the breadth indicator. I mean, this is the S&P 500. If you can't see the W's trying to form here, well, there's not much I can do to help you. But have I talked to you guys about maybe crypto being a leading indicator for risk? And lo and behold, look at that. I mean, Jesus, that looks incredible. So it doesn't surprise me crypto is jumping up here. Look at that image. This is going to make a really good sort of dovetail for our top crypto 100 names for the show that we do on Wednesdays. I really like what I'm seeing here. This is going to work really well together. And now we talked this is kind of personal favorites. Ubic. I mean, geez, there's a W. Look at this funny little one. Pivx versus US dollar. There's a W. A little bit early to call like clothesline W's. We could use a bit more work down here, but generally on balance, can you see the crypto breadth on the screen? Look how much green there is here. That's what the crypto breadth measures. And there's some good looking trades. Suppose my little stake and mist aren't doing so hot. Crypto, Chico, what the hell? Accumulated down the bottom end of range. I'm not really stressed about any of this stuff. I mean, it's just sitting there. But if anything, I love coming in and buying those kind of ideas. Love that. In fact, actually, this one was last week. I can't even get filled here. I'm still bidding. No fills for you. All my shitcoin 5000s. Great fills coming in here. I love it. But like I said, even the bigger names stepped up and started to do some buying. My favorite ones, I mean, we're down now at levels. Actually, that's the bot's been busted out there. Actually, 66. So the bot is off the table for that one. Reload zones. Let's see what we got here. Gee whiz. Tag 78.6 and turn back up. What a surprise. This thing won't be a buy, of course, until we get back above these trend lines, and then we W on the other side of the trend line. So still lots and lots of room on this thing. And that makes sense. I mean, it's a junior, shitcoin, for lack of a better term. His little claim to fame, Geo. Look at that. Right back down the bottom end of the range. Perfect. Looks great. He'll have his day in the sun when he does. Woohoo! But like I said, I mean, look at all the green. I mean, there's lots and lots of green here. Hell, probably dog money even looks half decent in here. Kind of V bottom. I would prefer a nice test of these lows. So maybe we can get a pullback here. Set up a trade, but really nothing to do. Love this band. Look at that chart. Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's perfect. Let's see. Bullish momentum divergence. Whoa, it's coming in. Hasn't quite confirmed yet. Bull div on RSI. Willie was stupid. Jeez, that's good looking. Even maybe even a bull div on OBV. What's that low there? 337, 337. What do we get here? 4-6. Oh, wait a minute. And I'm reading the wrong number. Sorry. What do we got here? Oh, it's this. It's right under a year. How am I supposed to see that? Well, that's weird. Huh. Wonder what you do. Or, well, I can't see the OBV number, which kind of sucks. It's showing me the moving average, but what I wanted to see was the OBV. But yeah, look at that. It is a higher low. Son of a bitch. So, man, that looks good. And I mean, look at this, right? We can go up to here. There's the reload zone. It's the POC. Top of value, 78.6. The irony of it all is you could probably double your money just on a revisit of value low here, and you can see the MUOC right on the goddamn profile. Right? You know, it's probably going to tag that level right there. You know, bang, right up against there. And we could probably even do foggy buggies off of this level. Let's see what a foggy buggy says. Boom. There you go. So probably a nice rally into this wick. All those trap bulls, they want to get out. Then a rally into this wick. More trap bulls want to get out. Candle body highs for trade location. Check that out, eh? Look at that, lines up perfectly with foggy. And then probably your ultimate destination, 61.8 in the site. We like to call that Mountain Man. You can see how it's going to fill in the notch here. My hunch is that, you know, if this summer rally gets going in earnest, probably going to rally back up and test value high. But even so, you could probably use that level there as your ultimate price objective. And what is that? That's like $5-6, and that's $16-17. So that's like a triple. That doesn't surprise me. So that's I think, sort of facing us down the road here, folks. So you're here to make money from trading? It's up to you, folks. I mean, I'm not going to trade your money for you. I'm not going to tell you what to buy or sell. But I'll tell you, I think I might just hang up from this call and go buy some of this. Damn it, that looks good. I got to definitely post that in the lounge. Man, that's kind of cool. I do research and edutainment all in one go. So, do with as you please in this market. I do interesting green boxes, reload zones. You know, I do believe that we're probably closer to the bottom than the top of some sort of seasonal pivot here. Could there be one or two more? Fuck you. Sure. Don't chase, don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. Maybe draw reload zones and work stink bids and see if you can get filled on reload zones. You want to go and buy W's like this at the bottom end of ranges and play just that W on some leverage? Fucking it. You want to just go nanny nibble, little old lady. I'm just coming in and buying against the bottom of range. Okay, I could live with that. I think there's money to be made here, folks. So if anything, this will be a great video to do on tomorrow, right? For the boys. So Kevin, if you could take us on out of here, hope you enjoyed that. Hell, I even gave you a couple ideas to chew on. I'm not telling you what to buy or sell. You go and buy whatever you want. But I've been buying quite a bit recently on a wide basket of assets. And I'm getting ready for the summer silly season. So sure hope you are too. And hope you can prosper if we do have a big old fat summer altcoin rally. PMA for the win. All the best. And like I said, Kevin, if you could take us on out of here, I'd appreciate it. The only thing left for Brian to say at this point is a big bye for now.